Hi there, my name is Janelle and welcome to Skaha Flow Yoga. Today our practice we're going to start on our backs, but we are going to work into later on doing some balances, including Halfmoon pose. So if you're someone who likes a block for some of your standing balance positions like Halfmoon, feel free to grab one and place it at the front of your mat. If not, don't worry about it. We'll do just fine without a block as well. So once you're ready, let's get down onto our backs to start our practice. So I want you just to really get settled for just a few moments on your back. Take a nice full breath in, and then really exhale, pressing all that air out, feeling your back press into the ground. And then another inhale. Feel that openness in the chest starting to happen. And exhale. One last full breath, just like that. And let it go. Okay, let's pull our knees into our chest. Maybe keeping them a little wider today, bringing them more to the sides of the rib cage. Grabbing hold of underneath your knees. If it feels okay, just a gentle rock, side to side. I want you to keep that full breath going through this whole class, through this whole video. Just trying to stay connected from our body into our mind, using our breath as that pathway. Okay, let's take a breath in and sweep the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to curl our head towards the knees, bringing the forehead to knee. Let's breathe in, this time lengthening the legs as well, up towards the sky. And exhale, squeeze it in. One more time, breath in, lengthen out. And exhale. And from here, let's drop our feet down towards the mat. Arms come out into a T. Let's take that breath in. And as we exhale, knees come down to the right. Breath in, knees come up to center. Exhale, down to the left. Okay, one more time each side, breath in and out. Last one, in and release. We'll bring ourselves back up to center. Squeeze the knees into the chest one more time, maybe making it that nice tight ball with your elbows. Okay, full breath, full release. And then if you like a little rock and roll, we're just going to rock and roll up to our seat, or you can go over to your side and make your way up. Flipping over all the way onto all fours. Let's take our right leg and stretch it back behind us, feeling that length through our full leg, right through our spine, even through the crown of the head. Let's take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that knee into our forehead. Breath in, lengthen it out. And exhale, round the back, curl in tight. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Let's place that side down and do the other side. Switch legs, left leg, lengthen up, take that breath in. And exhale, curl nice and tight. Breath in. Breath out. One more time. And out. Let's place that leg down. Get those toes tucked behind us. Engage those fingertips into your mat. Feel the tops of the toes, or sorry, bottoms of the toes dig into the mat, and then we're gently just gonna lift our knees off. Oh, waking up the tummy muscles. Here we go. Okay, find that length in your spine. Take a breath here. And let it go. Okay, let's slowly push the hips up into the air, coming into our downward dog. Okay, if this is the first one for you for the day, it might feel good to walk it out a little bit. Getting your hands nice and centered, feeling that energy come right through all of our fingertips, the palms of our hand. Really feeling that connection with the mat. Let's find a bit of stillness. Let's come up onto the toes in the back. We're just going to crouch down into our knees a little bit. And then send the hips back up to the air. Take a breath in. And now turning the heels to the right, sink those hips down again. And breath in, lengthen up tall, rotate back to the center. And then over to the left, sinking down. Up we come nice and high, back to center, and settle the heels. And the heels might reach and they might not down to the mat, and that's okay. Keeping a nice little bend in the knees so we're really focused on lengthening our spine. Slowly, let's walk our feet up towards the hands, coming into our forward fold. Let's take a moment here, take that breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's take that breath in, sweep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right leg, and get settled in those feet. Once you feel ready, sweep the arms up, coming into a little bit of a high lunge. Let's breathe in, open up the chest slightly. And as we exhale, round those arms gently behind us in a bit of a circle. As we inhale, sweep them up over top. Exhale, round them down. One more time, breath in. And exhale. Let's take those hands, frame that front foot, step back into our plank, and just hold it here for a moment. So let's fire up those legs, feeling strong. Fire up our grip into our hands. Feeling long and lean in the belly, pulling in those muscles. Okay, let's lower down onto our knees for this first one. Flatten out the feet. Bring the chest all the way down to the mat. Nice gentle lift into our cobra. Release our back, tuck the toes, sending those hips up into our downward dog. Let's take a breath here. And now our right leg is going to sweep forward into a lunge. And again, once you feel grounded in those feet, lifting the arms up. Let's take your breath in, open up that chest. And as we exhale, arms round back. Breathe in, sweep them up. Exhale. One more time, breath in. Let it go. Frame our foot. Step back to plank. And either this time you can stay on your toes or go down onto your knees. Lower either halfway or all the way. And upward dog or cobra again. And then exhale into our downward facing dog. Full breath. Okay, come up onto the toes in the back. Sink down into a bit of a squat, eyes towards the hands. Let's step up towards those hands. Take a breath in. Halfway lift, exhale, fold, and inhale, sweep it up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. So one more time, breath in, sweep up. Exhale, fold, Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back with the right foot. Sinking down into that lunge, maybe a little bit deeper this time. Hands come up. Just take your breath in, and this time just opening the chest up, but staying there. So lifting that gaze slightly towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Feeling strong in that back leg, strong in that front leg. Sink and feeling that quad start to light up. Let's take our hands, sweep them down, frame our front foot, step back into our plank, chaturanga, upward dog, breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, right leg, let's sweep it forward. Sweeping those arms up, breath in, sink into that nice beauty crescent lunge. Let's open the chest up, feel that lift. Add one more breath. And then exhale, frame the foot, step back, chaturanga. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath in and out. Come up onto those toes in the back. Crouch down, step or hop up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep it up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, now this time we're going to get a little creative with our flow. So sweep it up and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step back with the right leg into your lunge. Let's sink down nice and low this time. Dropping the right knee to the ground, flattening that foot, arms up overhead. If there's any point in your shoulders that doesn't feel good to do these overhead stretches, know that you have all sorts of variations to choose from that feel good in your body. Okay, just take that breath. And maybe, again, opening that chest up towards the ceiling, feeling that beautiful back bend coming into play. Trying to lengthen the neck. Good. Take those hands, spring them down in front of us. Walk our left foot to the outside of the mat, maybe turning those toes out slightly, coming into our lizard pose. So we can either stay on our hands here, if that feels like the right spot for us today, or come down onto our elbows. Just do one breath here. Just feeling that stretch in the hips really sink in. Now, if you'd like, we can bend that back knee, bringing our heel towards our glutes. Maybe our left hand can sweep around, grabbing hold of that right foot. And it might reach and it might not. Okay? And wherever we are, beautiful thing. We showed up on the mat today. So it counts. Take a breath. Okay, release that hold on your foot if you've got it. Bring that arm back down and let's come back up onto our hands if we're not already there. Okay, tuck that back toe and let's lift the knee, engage that leg, bring it off our mat. Okay, again, we can stay here if you want a little bit of a flow. Let's take that left arm with a breath in, let's sweep it open. And as we exhale, we're gonna bring that arm in front and sink down just slightly. Good, breath in, sweep it back. And exhale. Bring it forward. Okay, breath in, let's sweep her back. And now this time we're gonna lengthen that front leg, coming into a bit of a wide pyramid as we breathe out. Okay, breath in, sweep down into that nice beautiful lunge. And exhale, pyramid. Last time, breath in. And breath out. From here, let's take that foot and now walk it back underneath so it's more in line with our body. Get ourselves nice and adjusted into that pyramid posture. Okay, as we breathe in, trying to lengthen our body forward, maybe even slightly kicking up onto the pads of the toes in the back. And then as we exhale, sinking that left hip back into space, maybe settling our right heel down towards the ground. And, you know, here's the fun part. We're going to come into our little one-legged balancing posture. So with that block placed in front of me, I'm going to start to bend into that front knee a bit. Bring that back leg in and get ready for half moon. So if I'm using a block, I might place it in front of me. If I'm not, hands on the ground. We're going to lift up that back leg. Okay, getting it nice and elevated behind us. And now we're going to open that hip up to the side. And again, if we're on our block, we need that little bit of space. We can have both our hands on the block. If that feels good, you want one more step, we can take our right hand and we're going to float it up towards the sky. Okay, let's take a moment here, never holding our breath. Even in these moments of challenge in our body, knowing our breath is what keeps us flowing. Good, let's bring that hand back down. We're going to close our hip now, so lining it up. Toes down towards the ground. Now we either stay here for a few more breaths and just work on that balance, work on that strength in our leg, or we can take our right hand, place it on the ground or our block, and lift up with our left. Okay, twisting open to the opposite side. Let's do one breath here. Okay, we'll release that hand down. Get ready to step back into our lunge. Whoop, arms come up, take that breath in. Exhale, frame the front foot. Sweep our left leg back behind us into our three-legged dog. Coming down into a plank, maybe on one toe, maybe on two. Halfway down chaturanga, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath. Let's take the right leg, sweep it forward, coming into our lunge. Nice, bringing those arms up over top, settling in. God, let's drop that knee down to the ground. Just enjoy that beautiful stretch for a moment. Feel that opening in the front of the hip. Send our energy right where it wants to be. Our body's calling to it. And maybe opening that chest up towards the ceiling, lifting our gaze up a little bit. Let's frame the front foot with our hands, and now work that right leg gently to the outside of the mat, both hands to the center. You can release that hip a little bit by just slightly turning those toes out, and either staying on our hands or maybe coming down onto our elbows. Lizard pose. Let's stay here for a few moments. Maybe closing the eyes, sending that energy inward so we can really listen to our bodies and what they want to tell us today. If you have space, feel free to bend that back knee, bringing your heel in towards your glutes. You can take your right hand and sweep it open to the side, maybe grabbing hold of that foot, maybe not. Left palm could face up towards the ceiling. Just a moment of openness. Take a breath. Let's release that foot. Come back up onto our hands. Okay, let's tuck that back toe, lift up the knee, and now let's take that breath and sweep open with our right hand, coming into our twist. As we exhale, bring that hand forward. Maybe we kneel down a little bit more. Breath in, sweep it up. And exhale, sink it down. Okay, breath in, sweep it up. And this time with our exhale, lengthening that front leg, coming into a bit of a wide pyramid. Breath in, sweep. Exhale, pyramid. Okay, last one. Breath in. And exhale. Okay, this pyramid, let's walk that right foot back in line with our body. Settle into that pyramid. Let's take that breath and lengthen through the crown of the head, coming forward. As we exhale, our right hip this time goes back into space. That left heel lengthening down towards the mat. Let's hold it for a moment. Okay, half moon time. So let's gently bend in that front knee. Bring our back leg in slightly. Okay, if we're using our hands or our block, get it settled. And then we lift off, do our takeoff with that back leg. Okay, we can open our hips, so stacking our hips on top of each other. Keep my left foot nice and flexed. Okay, bracing myself on that right hand. Maybe I stay both hands for the moment, or maybe if I'm feeling it, I can lift that left hand up towards the sky. Keep your breath going. Keep that flow of energy through your body. Let's do another breath here. Now that left hand can float down. Rotate that hip closed. And we either stay here and enjoy, or if we would like, plant the left hand on the floor or the block, and right hand floats up towards the sky. Okay, feeling that stretch, trying to fight gravity. Feel that lift through the right fingertips towards the ceiling. Let's take one more breath. And then right hand floats back down to the ground. Sink into that right knee a little bit, and then come back into our high lunge. Whew. Okay, breath in. Exhale, frame that foot. Sweep our right leg up behind us, three-legged dog. Come forward into our plank, either 1 foot or 2. Lower down halfway, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So 2 full breaths here. Okay, come up onto your toes in the back, sink down, eyes towards the hands. Hop up to the fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And now we're going to open our legs up. Toes turned out slightly, right to the edges of our mat. Just take a breath in. On the exhale, hips lower down towards the ground, coming into Malasana Squat. Let's just take a moment to close the eyes and do 2 full breaths here. Feel that connection with the earth. Feel that downward energy. Nice and slowly lower the hips down to the mat fully and come into butterfly. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward as much as we need to in order to feel that beauty stretch on the insides of the legs. Still trying to keep a little bit of length in the spine, in the neck. Just folding forward, listening to the body. Bringing that awareness really inwards for these last few moments of our practice today. Slowly, let's bring the body back up tall. Taking our right leg, we're going to cross it underneath with the right foot coming to the outside of the left hip. Left leg is going to come over top, and it may come here. It may be able to come over top. I will push my legs towards each other until I find that spot for me where I can feel it in the outsides of the hips, but I feel protected in my knees, my ankles. Once I found that position, bringing the hips or the hands to the outside of the hips, Just gently we'll press up with my hips and then really settle them down evenly so both sit bones are touching the earth. Close the eyes. Breathe into that tightness in our hips and then let it go. If you'd like to add a little twist, you can take your right hand just to the outside of that top knee. Take a breath in, lengthen up tall. And as we exhale, just gently opening the chest to the side. Keep our face, our muscles in our face soft, our eyes soft. Okay, gently, let's let the body come back to center. Release our legs, maybe give them a little gentle shake. Okay, now left leg comes underneath. Right leg over top. And again, pick your story. It might look very differently than what I look like, as it should. Everybody's bodies are so unique. Fire up those feet. Hands to the side of the hips, gently lift them, and then place them back down evenly. Maybe close the eyes, take a breath. Exhale. If you like to add that twist, left hand to the top knee, breath in, lengthen. Exhale, open to the side. With every breath, just trying to make space in our mind. Not clear it fully, but just make space. One more breath. And come back to center. Release those legs. And we're going to end the way we finished. So get centered on your mat. Nice and slowly, carefully lower the body down onto the back for a beautiful, short and sweet Shavasana. Let's take a full breath in, feel that lift in the chest. And as you exhale, press your body into the earth. With your eyes closed, just take a few moments of gratitude for our bodies. No matter where we're at. One more breath. Slowly pull the knees into the chest. Maybe wrapping the arms around. Enjoying a little movement side to side. And then we'll release down onto one side, maybe bringing that arm above as a little pillow for your head. One breath there. With the help of the hands, we'll push ourselves up to seated. Something that feels good, a little cross-legged, legs out. Find somewhere to rest those hands. And before you go on with the rest of your day, just take one more full breath. And release. Thank you for joining me today with this YouTube practice.